Hello students, my name is Ranjita. I am your science faculty. Yeah, we discussed with the first chapter of your syllabus, the food. You already completed so many topics, right? Ma'am will completed already the so many topics in this chapter. Now we are going to discuss with the next further concept of this chapter. What are the further concepts that present in your chapter? You already completed the so many topics. Now we are going to discuss with the parts of the plant. What are the important parts that present in the plant? If you see the diagram of the plant, if you are seeing here, this is the diagram of the plant, diagrammatic representation of the plant. What are the parts that present in the plants? First we will discuss. First, coming from the root. Okay, we are coming from the root section. If you see in the root section, that means in the root system, you have the two mainly important parts. What are the two important part of the root is? One is primary roots and the second one is the secondary roots. First, we will discuss about the primary roots. Then we are going to discuss with this secondary root. Hold together. That means the primary root and the secondary root all together is called as the root system. What you called as the root system? The primary root and the secondary root. The presence of the primary root and the secondary root all together is called as a root system. Why the root system is divided into the two things, or why it is classified into the two things means, first, the first half of that is the root which is nearer to the surface of the soil. The root which is nearer to the surface of the soil, that root is known as the primary root. That primary root gives the connection between the root to the soil. What is the function of the primary root? Primary root gives the connection between the soil and the root system. Therefore, this is considered as the primary root. What is considered as the secondary root? The further part of the root system is considered as the secondary root, where the water is absorbed from the soil. In the secondary root, the water gets absorbed from the soil. Therefore, this is the secondary root. What are the two roots that present in the root system? The two important roots that present in the root system is primary root and secondary root. The two important root system present in the root system is, one is the primary root and another one is the secondary root. Maybe now you understand the root system. What is the root system? One is of the primary root and another is of the secondary root. After knowing the root system, now we are going to study with the shoot system. This is of the root. In the explanation of the plant, there are two types of system. One is root system and another one is the shoot system. One is the root system and then another one is the shoot system. We already discussed and completed with the root system. Now we are going to discuss with this shoot system. What are the things we are going to discuss with this shoot system means? If you see, after the root, the next we will enter into the stem. This long part, it is the longest part of the plant. Longest part that present in the plant. What is the stem? The stem is the longest part present in the plant. Okay, the longest part that present in the plant is known as the stem. This longest part. After the stem, the small buds that present here. Here one is bud and here is one bud is present, right? The buds are the growing part of the stems. By using the bud only, it grows into the stem. After the stem, we are going to discuss with the leaf. The pod that attached to the stem that are considered as the leaves. Stem, this is considered as the stem. This is bud, and the next one is the leaf. In the plants only, the fruits and flower is also present. Okay. Before the fruit, when the fruit is before the fruit, it should be the flower only. First, you will get as the flower. After the flower is get converted into the fruits. So first you get the flower, then that flower is get converted into the fruits. The next important part is node, the joining point. The joining of the one stem to the another branches of the stem, right? That part is known as the node. These are the important parts of the plants. What are the important parts of the plants? We will discuss one more time. What are the important parts of plants means? One is root system and another one is the shoot system. The first one is the root system and the next one is the shoot system. If you see what is this root system, in the root system what are the parts you have? You have the primary part and the secondary part. And if you go for the shoot system, you have flowers, fruits, leaf, stem, bud and node. These are the parts of the shoot system. Maybe you understood. This is the root system and this is the shoot system. These are the important parts of the root system as well as the shoot system. Now, if you see the parts of the plants, some of the part of the plant is edible. What is this edible? We didn't hear this one. If you see, what is this edible? Edible means eating. Edible is nothing but eating. Okay. If you see the plants, more than one or two, consider one or two parts that present in the plants, we are considered as the edible. Can you tell some of the edible part of some of the plants? Can you guess that? Can you guess some of the important parts you are eating by the plants? Shall we take some examples now? Okay. Now, just take some of the examples of the plants. If you take some of the examples of the plants, if you see the banana, okay, banana plants, if you see the banana plants, in that plant, the first thing, the fruit is very edible. That means we eat the fruit of banana. And if you see that fruit is also eaten by the animals also, and we are also using the human beings also. And if you see some of the stem, okay, by using the stem also, the stem of the banana also, we are going to cook some of the food from that. And also if you see the leaves of the banana, we are going to use that leaves of the banana for cooking the food also. Not our side, but in the different side, they use that banana leaves to cook the food. They cover the food and they can steam it. That means what I am going to tell is, if you consider that they want to do some of the things, some of the food, okay. Maybe you heard that in your homes also they do some of the vadas. Yes, steam vada. If you know the steam vada, you may understand. In the steam vada, in not our state, if you see in the Kerala or in the Tamil Nadu, they put that vada in the banana leaves and they give the steam to that. Okay, the flavor of that banana leaves enters to that steam vada. That is also how we are going to use one of the parts of the plant. Not only banana, you can take any of other plants also. Just I am telling the one example as the banana. If you take the jackfruit, if you take the example of jackfruit also, The jackfruit also is used as an edible. It is also an eatable. First of all, if you understand the concept of edible only, then only you can give the example for the edible. Okay, first of all, what is edible means eatable. You can eat. Okay, edible is nothing but eatable. Maybe you understood now what is edible. Edible is nothing but the eatable. And remaining of the parts of the plants is not much useful. If you see the root, we know we don't use this root, right, for the eating purposes. For medical issues, you have the uses. By using the some of the roots of the different type of the plants, we are going to get the medicines from that in the Ayurvedic method. Okay, by using the Ayurvedic method, we are going to get the medicines by using these roots. And if you see the stem, the most of the stem, I said for the banana plant, we are using the stem for cooking purpose. But I don't think so many other plants they are using the stem for cooking. But the leaves, if you see the pollock leaves are used for cooking. And if you see so many plant leaves, they are used for the cooking, like methi, pudina, right? These are the some of the plant leaves which are used to for cooking. Okay, the best example is pollock. Pollock we are used for cooking. Methi, coriander leaves. These are the some of the leaves we are used for the cooking. Okay, this is the one complete explanation of the plants, and by using the plants, the plant is used for the eating, that nutrition. If you go and see the doctors will tell to you to eat the more greeneries, right? Did you went to the doctor? The doctor said that if you are fever and if you are go to the doctor suggested that eat more amount of green vegetables, greeneries, green pots. Why? It increase your humidity. Okay, it going to increase your humidity level. That's why you are going to eat the more green leaves. Ma'am telling that go and eat the green leaves means don't go and eat all the green leaves. Okay. First of all, you want to choose on some of the leaves only. Okay. Every leaves are not good to eat. You have to choose the some of the leaves that have more iodine, the iodine content. This chapter is like that only, right? We are going to discuss with the nutrition. Nutrition means some of the minerals, some of the proteins that should be present to the body. By using, we are going to take the some of the proteins, some of the fats, some of the minerals from the vegetables. That's right. We are going to discuss with chapter is that like only, right? Food, the nutrition. If you go and see the any of the nutritions, they are going to tell this only. Take some greenery foods. Take the most proteinated food, like that. Okay, therefore you want to take always the protein food. You want to eat one apple daily. It gives the more nutrition. One thought is there. If you eat daily the one apple, you keep the doctor away. That means ದಿನ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಆಪಲ್ ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನ ನೋಡೋದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. You want to take the more nutrient food. If you are the egg eaters, you can take daily the egg, only the white part of the egg, not the yellow part. The most of all proteins, okay, the proteins that present in the egg is in the white part, not in the yellow part. Therefore, you want to take the egg daily. If you take the egg daily, it gives you the more nutrition. Understood what I am telling? Okay, this is the how we are using the plants. How the plant is used in the nutrition. Okay, the nutrient way. How the plant is used as a nutrient way. Now we are going to discuss with the next some of the activities to discuss with how we are going to get the nutrition from the sprouts. What is this sprouts? Where we get these sprouts? Where you get these sprouts? Where you get these sprouts? What is that sprouts? You know that moong dal, channa dal. That is not like that. What is that moong dal means? Esru kalu. Okay, moong dal is nothing but esru kalu. And if you see in the channa dal, what is that channa? Channa dal. That yellow color round dal is there, right? Kabul kalle kalu. You called in Kannada as the kabla kalle kalu. Okay, that kabul kalle kalu is nothing but the channa. And what is this moong dal? Moong dal is nothing but your esru kalu. The green color. Asru color ಕಾಳು ಕಾಣಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮಗೆ, that is called as the moong dal. And if you see that what is that channa, the channa is nothing but your kabul kalle kalu. Okay, what you are going to do means you just take some of the water. Okay, take some of the water. You just put it moong dal in the water and leave for some time, and pour it to the another one container. Leave for some time. After that, you take that moong dal in the cloth. Okay, you want to take that moong dal in the cloth and tie it. Leave for 1 to 2 days. This activity can be done in your home also. Your mom will do this one. What you are going to do? You want to take moong dal or you want to take chana dal? Both. Anything of that you can take. One you take as the moong dal, another one thing you take as the chana dal. These two first you want to soak with water for some time. Okay, leave these two dals for some time with the water. After that, what you are going to do means remove the dals from the water, leave for some time, and you want to cover that dal by using the cloth. By using the cloth, you are going to cover the dals. Leave for 1 to 2 days. Okay, leave it for 1 to 2 days. What happens after leaving for 1 to 2 days? You get the white color thread-like structure. Okay, to that dal, you get the white color thread-like structure. The white color thread-like structure, what you got, that is called as the sprouts. The thread-like structure, what you got, when the dals are kept in the cloth, that are known as the sprouts. The white color thread-like structure got in the dals are known as the sprouts. Why we want to eat sprouts? Is if you eat the more amount of the sprouts, is there any energy will come to us? Yes. If you eat the sprouts, you get the more energy. It is the very nutrition part. If I said that if you go and consult any nutrition, they will tell that to take the more sprouts. Sprouts, ma'am, if you didn't understood that what is sprouts in English means, in Kannada, the sprouts is nothing but malke kalu. Malke bandiro kalu. In the Kannada, you call that sprouts as the malke bandiro kalu. That malke is called as the sprouts. Okay, the malke, nimge malke anta heltaralla, that you called as the sprouts. Now you understood that. In your home, your mother also tell that eat more amount of the sprouts. If your mother will not giving that sprouts, you only tell that, Amma, give more amount of the sprouts to me. My teacher is telling that if you eat the more amount of the sprouts, you will get the more nutrition. And also you will not get the more nutrition only. If you eat the more amount of the sprouts, your intelligence level also get increased. Okay, if you eat the more amount of the sprouts, your intelligence, that means your capacity of the brain is also increased. It is increased. Your more amount of the capacity of that your level also get increased. After I said that now only you, if you eat the more amount of the sprout, you will get the more energy also. Okay. After the sprouts, after the sprouts of the moong dal or chana dal, now we are going to discuss about the honeybee. If you heard the voice of the honeybee, you will get more tempted, right? Why you are going to tempted for if you heard the name of the honeybee? Due to his honey. It is very sweetest, right? It is very sweeting thing. It is very sweetest also. That's why if you heard the name of the honeybee, you will get the tempted. What is that honeybee? Why the honeybee collected the honey? Where it is collected the honey? Did anyone know that? Where the honeybee collected the honey? If you see that the honeybee collected the honey from the flowers. Okay, that the honey, that jenu is present in the flowers. Honey go to the flowers and get collected the honey from the flowers. And that honey collected from the flower, the honeybee come and collect in the one net-like structure. If you see the structure of the honeybee, it is like the net-like structure. In that net-like structure, the honeybee fill the honey. That net-like structure is known as nectar. 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 What is this nectar? What is this nectar? Nectar is nothing but the honeybee go to the flower and just collect the honey from the flower. That honey come and it is not collecting it. It is vomiting. If you see that, if you see how the honeybee collected the honey means it go to the flower and it get the honey, right? Then it come and vomiting in that nectar. That vomiting part of the honeybee, what we get is known as the honeybee. Honey structure, honey. The vomiting part of the honeybee is known as the honey. We are going to eat that one. It is very tasty, right? It is very tasty and it is also the very nutrient also. The honeybee is very nutrient food. That's why, and it is also burns the fat in your body. Some of them are dietitians or some of the diet consult persons tell that if you heat the warm water with 1 spoon of the honey with the some amount of the lemon, it decreases the fat level in your system. Okay, it decreases your fat level in the system. That's why we are going to use the honey. Understood? This is honey is also the one of the nutrition things to the human beings. Now all the things is done. That by using the plants how we get the nutrition, by using the sprouts how we are get the nutrition, by using the honey how you get the nutrition. Now we will discuss with the some of the things that is we are discussed with the eating of plants and everything we discussed. Now we are going to discuss with the some of the animals, like not only the animals, like human beings also. We eat the meat, chicken, we eat the some of the other animals, right? Human, not only the human beings, some other animals also. Okay, some other animals. They eat the other animals, other kinds of the animals. Like an example, if you take the lion, lion going to eat the almost all, what are the things that eaten by the lion? Everything is eaten, right? The lions also eat an elephant also. If you see the size of the lion and the elephant, elephant is more bigger. But in the group, the lion eat the elephant also. After that, what are the things that eaten by the lion? From starting from the small animal to the big animal, all the animals was eaten by the lion. Okay? And now the classifications will come. Classifications of the animals depend upon their food. Okay? Depending upon their food, the animals are classified into the 3 types. Depending upon the food, the animals are classified into the 3 types. What are the 3 types of animals you just classified means one is of the herbivorous. The animals are classified depend upon the food. That is one of the herbivorous. Second one is carnivorous, and the third one is the omnivorous. These are the three important things. Three important classifications of the animals depend upon the food. What are the three classifications of the animals depends upon the food? First one is herbivorous, second one is carnivorous, and the third one is omnivorous. These are the three classifications of the animals depends upon the food. What is this herbivorous? What is this type of animals? What is this herbivorous means? If you see what is the definition of herbivorous, the animals which are used to eat only the plants. Okay, if you see that the animals only going to eat the plants only. Example, giraffe. Giraffe is going to eat only the plants, right? Elephant. Elephant is also going to eat only the plants. Cow, buffalo, sheep. These are the some of the example for the herbivorous. First of all, you understand what is herbivorous. The animals which are going to eat only the plants. If the animals are going to eat only the plants, then that type of animals are known as herbivorous. Understood what is herbivorous? What is herbivorous? The animals which are going to use to eat only the plants are known as herbivorous. And what is this carnivorous? What is this carnivorous means? The animals which are going to eat only the animals. The animals which are going to eat only the animals. Example, lion, tiger, cheetah. These all are the examples which eats only the animals. It not will eat the plants. Okay. And if you see that the next one, omnivorous. Omni means both. Omni indicates that both. What this omnivorous means? The animals which are going to eat both the plants and animals. Okay, the animals which are going to eat both the plants and animals are known as omnivorous. Example, we can only give taken as our side as an omnivorous. That is, we are going to eat the both the plants and animals, right? We are going to eat the plant as well as we are going to eat the animals also. Therefore, we are considered as the omnivorous. Understood? Understood the definitions of the herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Herbivorous means the animals which are going to eat the plants. And what is carnivorous? The animals which are going to eat only the animals. And what are omnivorous? The animals which are going to eat both the plants and animals. They are known as the omnivorous. Now you understand the herbivorous, carnivorous and omnivorous. Now I am going to give one assignment to you. You want to write 10 animals for the herbivorous, 10 animals for the carnivorous and 10 animals for the omnivorous. Understood? You are going to write an assignment for the activity that you want to write it for. You want to write the 10 animals for the herbivorous, 10 animals for the carnivorous and 10 animals for the omnivorous. Okay? Now you understand how you are going to use the food as a nutrition. Hope you understand all this concept of the chapter. Maybe no doubt in the chapter. I'm going to send the notes of this chapter. Okay, I'm going to send the notes of this chapter to you. Just go through it one time. Everything you understood. I hope the first chapter is now it is clear to you. No doubts in this the first chapter. Okay, then okay student, I completed the first chapter of your syllabus and I will go to start in the next class I am going to start with the new chapter. That time, bye everyone.